Bitter mind, enjoying solitude, let that spell bind. The resentment being aloof, now rejoin the sacred truth. Dark clouds receded, shine so bright, message repeated, survival here, not needed, every wish completed, camaraderie, cordiality, in the presence of stellar company, joyfully filled with sweet pleasantries of healing spatial remedies. Now arrested, brought back to life, consequences shine so bright. Now to my delight, everything is alright. Dark clouds receded, shine so bright, message repeated, survival here, not needed, every wish completed. Peace is more than a mere substitute. It is the mark loneliness includes, and happiness salutes. Its treasury improved. Now shines so bright with success. Jesus, the holiness shining so bright in the realm of the blessed. Won't accept anything less. The clouds receded. Ammon, the hidden Gnosis of Remembrance. Ammon is the hidden principle that removes all doubt, which is why Ammon is aligned with Thomas. Ammon is about remembrance of returning to source. Remembrance is the lamp for the dark times. The world ego uses remembrance externally as a respect for the dead. Even the Bible gives an external concept, hence being unconscious, the walking dead. Ammon is not the RAM, like random access memory of a computer function, the temporary high-speed working memory for active tasks, nor is Ammon RAM within the human brain's working memory, primarily in the hippocampus that temporarily holds information for active short-term thinking. Both are the now storage, where the computer feeds the CPU, brain working memory feeds conscious thought. Ammon, however, comes online as the remembrance of consciousness of the sublime. Computer RAM loses information without maintenance or power and is rehearsal for the brain. Both can learn and adapt, but Ammon is the primal source of remembrance. Ammon is the deeper meaning about hidden and omnipresent consciousness. Ammon was the deeper meaning of remembrance, the hidden one that has been kept a secret or lost in translation. Whatever the case, now this message has returned. Ammon was adopted by the Greeks as an epithet of Zeus and later incorporated by the Romans as Jupiter. Ammon Thomas, a king in Egypt, is also identified with Ammon. In the Bible, Thomas is the daughter and means twins. Twin esoterically symbolizes balance and unity of opposites, like separation and oneness. Thomas's significance is for doubting Jesus' resurrection. Thomas is a Greek word meaning in philosophy, mental, spirit, emotions, the seat of thought related to breath, but not considered a proper name. Thomas, the transpersonal. Metaphysically, Thomas is a gland seen as the higher heart chakra and governs unconditional love, receptivity, and integration. Also, the seat of intuition and wisdom. The metaphysical meaning of Thomas represents the head and reason, the intellectual perception, or external. Thomas represents functioning in the realm of the senses. This is because he was content with touching the body of Jesus, signifying this as the state of the world ego, seeking to discern the things of truth through outer signs. Truth must be revealed as consciousness. In the complex states of the world ego, one faces numerous challenges that demand clarity and sustainable solution. Ironically, what is given is only manifesting the shadow of Christ's material consciousness, the abode of soul, the only presence. What is needed in order to navigate this landscape effectively is the need to cultivate genuine wisdom and understanding. Individual materialism consciousness, Padmasambhava. Thus, understanding instead of merely accumulating information. The myth of the Egyptian king Thomas and Thoth explores the questions about the potential drawbacks of relying too heavily on external sources of knowledge. By outsourcing the memory using writing or digital media, there is a weakening of one's own critical abilities of the two eyes, intuition and inner intelligence, by falling into the trap of superficial knowledge. What is the difference in denouncing images presented by NASA when all images are produced by the same place? The subconscious fallen state. There is no difference between Thomas's touch or belief of sensory information. The world ego touts particular inventions as significant steps forward, such as inventions and evolution of spoken languages, the development of writing, math, the printing press, science, internet, social media platforms, apps, and on. All considered major sources of knowledge and information and are considered progressive. In the Egyptian myth of King Thomas and Thoth, a concern regarding inventions was expressed. King Thomas criticized Thoth's inventions, citing they would weaken the necessity and power of remembrance. allowing the pretense of understanding rather than truth, Gnosis, understanding, and direct experience. Esoterically, remembrance goes beyond simple recall. It is a conscious, transformative practice of turning inward to reconnect with divine essence. The inventions of numbers, arithmetic, geometry, and astronomy are credited to Thoth. Also drought, which are checkers, dice, and more important letters. King Thomas, who the Greeks call Ammon, asked Thoth what use there was of each invention when the inner anamnesis reveals this innate sacredness which fosters presence and dissolves illusion rather than just holding on to past false events. Thoth enumerated with praise their uses, saying that they ought to be imparted to all the other Egyptians. Thoth, with pride, says, "These inventions, O king, will make the Egyptians wiser and will improve their memories. For these are an elixir of memory and wisdom that has been discovered." But the King Thomas replied, "Most ingenious Thoth, one man has the ability to beget arts, but the ability to judge their usefulness or harmfulness to the users belong to another. And by you being the father of these inventions, have been led by your own affections to ascribe benefit to them, a power the opposite which these inventions really possess." The wisdom of the king was great, for he continued, "These inventions will produce forgetfulness within those who learn to use them, because they will not practice meditation, the purity of remembrance of consciousness. Putting their trust in writings produced by external characters which are no part of themselves will discourage the use of their own remembrance within them. Holiness, wholeness. What you have invented is only an elixir of remembering or memory, that of reminding. This is thus sustaining the impermanent. What you offer the student is the appearance of wisdom, for they will read many things that will suffocate truth, and without instructions from inner wisdom, will therefore only seem to know many things, when for the most part, these things are unimportant, and the student will be ignorant because they will not be wise, but only appear wise." The people of that time were content in their simplicity to hear an oak or a rock, provided only it spoke truth. The symbolism of the oak was understood as rooted in truth. The rock signified the real source of strength. But through these inventions, would it make a difference who the teacher is, or the speaker, or where they come from? Do you not consider whether their words are true? By this thinking, Thoth had left behind the purity of truth. Any art in writing is duality, and he who receives it has the air belief that anything in writing will be clear and certain, and one would be an utterly simple person, ignorant of inner truth, if one thinks written words are of any use except as a reminder about what was externally learned about the subject written. Another form of Thomas, both Jesus and Thomas are referred to as shepherds and sons of God. They are also both associated with dying and rising again, with the difference being Jesus died to remove sin and Thomas was killed due to the disrespect he showed in honor. Thomas represents the physical, saving people from starvation, whereas Jesus died to save humanity. Yet in truth, they both symbolize the world ego, illusion, delusion. This signifies both Thomas and Jesus were substituted for internal reality. Ammon is considered Lord of all, who encompasses every aspect of creation, but should be a representation of the purity of the remembrance of consciousness, pure substance. Thomas represented not just to cry over the past, but to use memory as a catalyst for positive change, strengthening resolve to rebuild the illusory character. Truth is remembrance of the sublime presence and ascent of the awakened consciousness. Remembrance of the sacred feminine. Thomas' mother, Semiramis. Thomas is also the symbol of the golden calf, the world ego, and reincarnation, symbolized by the shape of the two-beamed cross. Memory within the tragedy of duality. Greek Ammon, as Zeus, is the trickster, a collective shadow figure, a summation of all the inferior traits of character in the personality. As king of the gods, Zeus is the Hellenistic form of Ammon. By Ammon's horn is remembering, and is another name for the hippocampus, related to memory, derived from its curved shape resembling the ram's horn, linking it with shepherds Jesus and Tammuz staff, the spinal column, and also Moses' depiction of staff. Hippocampus comes from the Greek word for seahorse, due to its shape, while cornu ammones refers to its resemblance to a ram's horn. There are two parts of the hippocampus, thus equals duality. King Thomas represents pure consciousness. Before agreeing to this particular adventure with thought and forgetfulness, i.e. coding, programming, in other words, the mechanics of brain activity, King Thomas could see the entire trajectory before thought put his inventions into motion. King Thomas understood exactly why certain relationships would be necessary, why particular challenges would be essential. King Thomas symbolizes the expanded perspective for growth, wisdom, a perfect curriculum and design. Forgetfulness was necessary in order for an authentic esoteric configuration. Esoteric is defined as very unusual and only understood or liked by a small number, especially one with special gnosis. Esoteric comes from Greek esoterikos and means inner or further inside. Esoteric is associated with Ammon, the secret hidden one. Ammon is the inner depths of the mechanism. Ammon is the inner depths of and the mechanism that is governing reality discovered through meditation. Ammon as the hippocampus within the brain mechanism is vital for memory information, particularly memories of events and spatial navigation. The horns of Ammon is similar to Tammuz, fertility and abundance symbolism. Also Moses. The hidden one represents Thomas' mother, Semiramis, representing the unseen architect and potentiality that sustains. Semiramis is held as meaning original queen of heaven, representing the archetypal mother-child culture, and where in Hebrew she means highest heaven. The Bible has her as wife of Nimrod. This is the beginning of her being corrupted. Semiramis may be depicted with a golden dove on her head, symbolizing the crown chakra or halo. She is why Jesus and Tammuz intersect, as she is known as the Mother of God. Some interpretations associate the Thomas gland region as the seat of the soul, but of course, consciousness is a paradox and is not found in the body or brain, but is symbolized as Semiramis, the womb portal of infinity. The metaphysical meaning of horn is adverse conditions. The blowing of the ram's horn, shofar, metaphysically represents the denial of adverse conditions and the affirmation of the power of Christ's material consciousness, the abode of soul, the only presence, the beyond Ammon as the memory, external memory, which shrouds and distracts from truth.